I would have forgot everything. Okay, good?
Good.
Okay, hello everyone. We were asked today to give an update from the Odebolt Community Foundation. I'm Kenzee, the president of the foundation. This is Carol, the secretary. And then our board also consists of Lauren Morehauser. She's the treasurer, and then Vance Lundell. We took over as board members in January of 2025. Our goal since then has been to bring some life back to our town. And an important way to do that was to foster economic development in our small community. We had already been approached by a couple people about buildings to start some businesses or move their businesses to our town. And we were unable to find the right fits, mostly because Odebolt doesn't have many commercial business spaces available. So our big goal of bringing a multi-business building to Main Street was started. The previous foundation had already raised around $100,000 from fundraising, so we have that to get started, but our goal to get the building shell up is $300,000. We did a fundraiser last summer. We're doing a bingo fundraiser tomorrow night, which we had about 80 people sign up, so I was very impressed with that. We've done like t-shirt sales, some merchandise sales, and we're starting our big fundraiser, which will be the bricks, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And our brick fundraiser is called Legacies on Main Street. We'll be selling bricks to go in front of the building to cover the sidewalk, and they'll be like in a pretty pattern. And we're hoping this will just like jazz up Main Street, make it look more appealing. Any small town around here, you need a nice Main Street to make your place or your town a place where people want to settle down, bring their families, invite people to go to. So we're kind of hoping to start that trend on Main Street. So we'll be starting that today. But back to the building. Our building is going to house 3 stores in one building. One of the spaces will be Closet Collective, our thrift store. We were able to open Closet Collective in a temporary spot in October of 25, which was awesome. It got the word out. Any money we make off the building or off the thrift store will go towards putting our building up. But as you know, any new business, we're still figuring it out. There's a lot to change day to day, and yeah, getting the help. It's all run by volunteers. Mostly Carol right now, and a couple other volunteers. But we've heard many positive comments from other people, and we feel like it's brought in a lot of out-of-towners. So that's good. And they're returning customers, which is awesome. But we're hoping to be able to expand what we have to offer in our new store, space for the thrift store. We want to bring in, right now we have like a bunch of furniture that people have donated in a storage unit in Arthur. So we're hoping to bring it all to one space so people can just, look around in one space and see everything that we have to offer. And hopefully we'll just keep expanding that and bringing more people in. We would love to have a start date for our building, but we don't at this time. We need to get the funds for the shell up right now. So yeah, $300,000 is our goal to get the shell up. The foundation will be putting the money that the previous foundation has already raised towards that. So we're needing about $220,000 more dollars to get the building up. We are working on one grant that we are very hopeful that we're going to be getting, and then hopefully we'll be able to apply for more. It's hard to apply for grants for a new building. Most of the grants out there are for existing structures to rehabilitate, but we're still looking, and we're hopeful and positive. But we really hope that everyone can see the vision that we have for Odebolt. A booming, beautiful downtown. It's the heart of any town. I said that earlier, but that is our goal. Just bring some life back to Odebolt. Everyone's always stopping in the shop and talking about, we used to have a movie theater, pharmacy, 5 gas stations. So I'd love to see at least some of those things come back to Odebolt. It'd be awesome if we could have a pharmacy back in town, a market, a gift shop, a boutique, maybe a med spa, massage therapist. The opportunities are really endless. And I'm hoping that this building will just make entrepreneurs or new business starters more willing to start it if they don't have to worry about the cost of buying a building, rehabbing a building. So this will hopefully be just an easier transition for them to get started. But obviously, yes, it takes time to do something like this. We still need to do a lot of fundraising, but the best way to do this is just spread the word, stay positive, and yeah, tell everyone. And we're hoping to do more things like this. Like tomorrow night, we'll talk about it at the bingo event. We've already been asked if we're going to do bingo again, so maybe we'll be doing bingo on a more regular basis. So, yeah, I think now I will pass it over to Carol, and we'll talk more about the bricks.
You would need to talk longer yet, because mine will be short.
I'll pass around. This was like our original mock-up of the building, but we have changed it more. So we had we originally were thinking the peak roof, but now we've decided to do, I don't even know what it's called, but like the square roof, more like the old buildings on Main Street, like where it's all brick and it's like the square on top. I don't know what that style's called. So you can't see the peak in the back. You know what I'm saying? If I knew the word, I should have looked that up. But this is what we're thinking. So yeah, 3 different entrances. They'll all be their own separate store. And yeah, we're hoping to just have it so each business can come in and then adjust it or decide how they want their layout.
Is that to go between, is it Swanson's and Hemer's
Yep.
stage?
Yep. Yeah, mostly that grass flat. There will still be an open spot between Swanson's and our building. Yep.
What type of building are you thinking of? A wooden one, a steel one?
It'll be steel and then, yeah, have the brick front facade. Yep. And then, yeah, the pretty brick sidewalk in front, which should cover the whole width of the building. So like that whole sidewalk portion. Yeah. It's a big vision, but I think we can do it.
It's been a long time coming, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't know when the last business building was built in Odebolt, but I know it's been a long time. So it's time to get one up and going. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. When did she say that? Was it in the 70s?
Probably.
Yeah. I remember Lauren saying that.
Okay, and even though you talked about the thrift store, I'm just going to say, after 5 months, it's been a challenge, of course, because I've never been in any kind of retail. But I'm getting several good helpers. Shirley here is one of them. So that's a big help. But like Kenzee said, we're getting a lot of outsiders coming from town, and they come back, and some of them weekly, some of them twice a day, 3 times a day. And they're all so appreciative that we have it. So that makes us feel like we're doing something good anyway. So, and we're looking forward to, what we can all do when we get a bigger space and be on Main Street and add furniture to our list and all that, I think we'll be able to raise a good amount of money for the supporting the community projects. So anyway, so then the fundraiser, we were just looking for something that would make some money, some decent money for the project, and that would also give something that the people that purchase the bricks some satisfaction, or to know that they own a brick down there and it's going to stay there forever, you know, saying, we were here, we supported this, we lived here, we have pride in our town. So anyway, so the bricks, and we do have one sitting up here that you can kind of see what they're going to look like. And so these engraved bricks, we're getting them through a company in Missouri, and they're laser engraved, and so they are permanent. They'll never chip, they'll never crack, peel. They're completely resistant to fading, and so they have a warranty that they'll last a lifetime. So unless it's vandalism or something like that. So anyway, and then there's there's two different sizes that we're selling. Is the 4x8 that's this size, or there's an 8x8 that is double that, and you can engrave anything on it that you want. It's up to you. Just suggestions are family names, business names. You can do a memorial to or for someone. You could do a brick for, like we're thinking about doing our parents, you know, that lived here all their lives, and we'd like to have them acknowledged. Or like I said, whatever it is that you want. They give us, like for the 4x8, you can have 3 lines, 20 characters per line. And if you have an 8x8, then you get 6 lines of 20 characters per line. And so that's what we're having put on the bricks. And like Kenzee said, they're going to be placed right in front of the doorways of the whole building. So then to go on, we're hoping people are going to support us with this and want to be recognized on our new project. But anyway, so there's we have sheets that give all the information about ordering them. We have a website that they set up for us that you can order online and put all your information on. Then you can go to either Venmo and pay for it, or once you send the order off, it goes straight to the company. And then you either have to pay on Venmo, or you could pay by check and give it to one of us. So you can do that. There's a QR code on the order forms. You can use that, and the order will go through for you from that. Or there's just a manual order form that you can take and fill out and just do it all manually. So when you think about what you want to put on it, like when we did, Bob and I did one already, and we put us on there and our kids. And I was kind of worried about how to break it up so it looks nice, you know, like with our 3 kids and on 3 lines. And so there's a place that we can get to on the our website that we can put the information in for you, and you can see what your brick is going to look like exactly. So for me, I had to play with it a little bit to get it to look like I wanted it to look like. So that's kind of nice that you can see it before you actually order it. And then the other thing, we're trying to offer this to all the alumni too, since a lot of them have really strong feelings for the town of Odebolt. You know, they grew up here and they either still have ties here or they still, it's still a very important place for them. We don't really have the means to contact them all, but anybody that's got relatives or knows somebody that, you know, used to live here or at least graduated here, you know, pass the word around for us, that we can get in touch with them or they can get in touch with us and order their own brick and have it placed there.
Be sure to have it out for Creek Days.
Yes.
Oh, yes, we will.
will.
Yeah.
Or if anyone wants to take some order forms to anybody, we have some
That,
available.
yeah, that's true too. So, I don't know, me myself, I can just imagine years down the road when I'm not here, but my relation coming to the town of Odebolt and walk down the main street and pick out our names and my mom and dad's names and so forth. So,
Or I like to just think like in 30 years from now, when my kids are walking down Main Street, they'll be like, wow, in 2026, they finally put up a new building and
Yeah.
look how awesome it looks.
yeah.
Like that's what I think about, like what this town will look like when my kids are my age. So I gotta start working on it now because time is going fast.
Other than that, I guess I don't really know too much about it. Well, I probably do know more, but I can't think of it. But anyway, we do, if you watch on Facebook, we're posting thermometers of the progress that we make. So Kenzee will have it on Sunrise,
Yep.
Facebook.
We're
And
gonna keep a thermometer in Sunrise too, like a visual one, so we can like mark it off as we get closer. But yeah, $220,000 more to get the shell up. We can do it.
yeah, so I guess we just ask for support for what we're trying to do.
It's definitely a big project. It'll take everyone's help, but just think of how awesome it would be to see Odebolt's Main Street have something come back instead of go down. So,
And no kidding, this lady from Lakeview comes at least weekly to our store. And she is so excited of what we're doing. That she just thinks it's an awesome project to begin with. And then she's like, oh my gosh, we should do this over there. So, yeah, it tickles me when these people come from the whole outside area. We've had people from Spirit Lake, Sioux City, a lot from Mapleton, down south, Dunlap. Yeah, so we're reaching a lot of people, you know, and they want to help us raise our money. They want to support the project, so they keep coming back. So.
What advertising have you been doing for the closet collecting?
Other than Facebook,
Nothing else?
that's about it. But it is getting out there.
I think
So.
Facebook is one of the best ways to get something to the most people, which I think it's working. But also word of mouth.
So I guess that's all I have.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
When you're doing the bricks, and are you guys a 501c3? Can you donate directly to the foundation?
Yes,
And
it'll go
that-
directly
that-
to us.
Okay, so pay through you guys, you could do a brick, but then also have a donate, write it off on your taxes as a donation?
Well, we applied for 501c3
Yeah.
Back in July, and we're still
We haven't
heard back yet.
Yep.
But I do know that the Sac County
economic.
yeah, the development, said they would help us out with that. So, so we could, under them, accept.
Is there any plans for, you guys have my back, and I'm a big believer in the downtown, and I've been harping on this for 2 years, like beating my head against the wall with certain individuals, but not including you guys. Is there a plan? There's several existing buildings in the downtown. Some of them don't look so good. Some of them probably can't afford to fix up their own building. And when the foundation first came, that was what was pitched to most of the businesses on Main Street, was we're gonna redo the whole Main Street. And the fronts of the buildings will get a facelift. And I mean, let's be honest, the sidewalk looks like a checkerboard. And, you know, because businesses have been, some of them did their curbs, some of them didn't. And, you know, it was up to those businesses to do their own sidewalk, which that's just the way it was. I mean, there was never any unity in, let's do the whole street at the same time.
Yeah.
Put some nice, you know, the ones
Make
that
it all
have done
match.
I look at a lot of towns, and there's one in Texas that had the old black lights up, and then they had the square bricks, kind of like Sac City
Yeah.
did. Because if you come in and you just, that's great, you do one building and all that's new, the rest of it looks like. And I mean, I'm not asking for Swanson Insurance. I'll keep the pace and foot the bill and do our own. We'll do our own. I don't care about that. I kind of care. I mean, it's amazing what the mat rats were able to do
Yeah.
and raise. And I mean, a chip off the old block, you walk in there, and on the wall, you see who donated.
donors.
And I will tell you, when people see that or don't that, it might get this next person. Oh shoot, Bryce Husted gave something. I better get. You know,
Yeah.
it's a competition, to say the least. And the brick thing is a great idea. It is, because that'll get, you know, and maybe, I mean, you have those bricks, but early bird gets the worm. You know, when you're trying to, in a Super Bowl pool, well, I want this square. Maybe you have it where they get to pick where their brick is, or I don't know if that's even possible.
Yeah.
You know, or where they're, you know, I want this location for this, and this, and then
Yeah.
some squares go. You know, it kind of gets people.
I thought about even, I mean, we've tossed a lot of things around, but like those that get the bigger bricks, that they could all be more centralized, and do things like that, you know, that it would be a little more visible.
Back on your start of the question, we weren't around when the foundation was started, but I think that is still our goal, is to, once we get the building up, is to, make the whole Main Street more appealing. Which there is grants out there for, like, Main Street curb
Renovation.
appeal.
Yes.
You just have to have the businesses commit to participating.
Like a dollar match thing.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, which I haven't looked into it for a little while, but I think you had to have at least like 5 businesses.
Okay.
Which I don't even know. Does our Main Street have?
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, barely.
Yeah, it would be like just that. So, yeah, I think it would be doable. And I think we would focus on that.
Yeah, and just to back up a little bit, really, that was the main focus. But then we came up with this, you know, like, it's so hard to raise money, but that if we could get a thrift store started with donations from the community, the profits that we could make from the community, you know, could all start going in
Back
to
into the
continue,
community.
you know, for years, you know, to keep those funds here rather than people taking them away to Storm Lake or Carroll or, you know, their donations. And they get the money from, you know, the things that that we drag up there. So once we get that, I mean, we should be, once we get, like into our bigger building, we should be making a good chunk of money every month to help
To
with,
go back into
yeah,
the
to go
community.
on with some of those projects, So,
Those lots, so I own the lot next to the agency. The next lot, is my understanding, was Dr. Luff's,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next lot's the city, and then the
Um,
end building is Carl,
Yep.
is that right?
The
Or am I
city.
missing somebody?
No, that's right.
Okay.
Well, Dr. Luft owns 2 lots, I think,
Okay,
and then
that's it, he has two.
yep,
yeah.
he has 2, and then the city, and then Carl.
He's willing to, he's selling them back to the foundation?
Yep. Yep, and the city already
Has them.
switched it over to us, their lot. Yeah. So it'll cover a big chunk of that missing Main
Who did
Street.
the design on the building?
The Odebolt Lumberyard.
Um,
Oh.
Who would be the contractor working?
It'll be Ben Scott.
Okay.
I found the picture of the. So this is like that style for
Yeah.
it looks like an old.
And that wouldn't be a flat roof up there, right?
No, it would be a
Pitch it to
peak.
the back.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why we kind of, the picture on these is an older picture, but we were kind of looking for something that would look more like the rest of the buildings with the flat top to it,
Yeah.
so
We're excited to get started.
we are, maybe this fall,
I would love to say that. Yeah.
but we'll see.
So how about the bingo tomorrow night? Is that sold out?
Bingo, it exceeded my expectations. My goal is to have 50 people sign up, and we are like just short of 80. But yeah, a couple more people stopped today and asked if they could come. So it should be a great turnout. Yeah. And
Kenzee, is that 50 people or 25 couples? What were your
Yeah.
goal?
50 tickets?
Was
50
people or
50
tickets?
people.
People,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and we're at 80. Just short of 80. So I was very
Community center?
excited. Yep.
My wife likes bingo.
Well, I have a couple extra tickets. Let me know.
You better ask her first.
Any other questions?
So do you have other fundraisers in mind?
Well, we'll probably do another bingo this year, and I don't know. We haven't
The
really.
problem we run into, there's only 4 of us, and it's there's not too many of us to spread around with
Yeah.
keeping on
anyone-
top of all of
If
it,
anyone has any ideas, let us know.
or wants to be a
I have an
member.
idea.
Okay.
So we got kids over in eastern Iowa. And ever so often, they have like a shows over there, the iron, where you dump off all your iron and stuff in
Mhm.
Ivy Grove. They have them drop off a dumpster in the town, and then people throw their extra iron,
That's a really good idea.
and there's no work to it, because like Shaw would take care of the dumpster, weigh it out, and you'd get the money. And they
Oh.
say that's a heck of a fundraiser over there.
Yeah.
I would
That
have
is a
never
good
thought of
idea.
that.
The dumpster and announce that the dumpster's here, and people are cleaning out their garages or
Mhm.
their sheds. Oh, we got someplace to put it, let's put it in there. They
Oh.
they said that's a heck of a fundraiser
I
over
never
there
would
in
have
Eastern
thought of
Iowa.
that.
We all got junk.
Yeah,
We all have
I know.
We all have no one.
You know, so you always have something to throw away, and when
Yeah.
it's full, you call Shaw and they come and get it, and
We
Okay.
should do
that's
that.
a thought.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So any other ideas, let us know too.
Wall Lake has a little place where you can take it, you know, down by the city shed.
Uh-huh.
And I watch that fill up, you know, and that's just a
Mhm.
lake, you know.
But it's all iron stuff, right?
Yeah, metal.
Be iron, they take tin, don't they, at,
Do they?
at shows and stuff? Yeah, it's iron tin. Yeah.
So is that like
Yeah.
appliances? Would that count?
Not sure if shows take appliances.
Maybe I'll have to
But
call.
that'd be a good question,
Yeah.
because everybody, you
I know, has an old stove sitting in their garage or something.
Yeah,
I think they should be taken apart.
Yeah, like, okay.
You know how your grandpa takes everything
Yeah.
apart?
Maybe I could hire him. Uh-huh. I think that's all
Well,
we got.
Yeah.
That's our vision, and hopefully everyone thinks it's a good one. Spread the word.
Okay,